And what are you gonna?
I'm just gonna go on my cause I want to touch on like why I am in this industry, why I choose to do this instead of going and using the fucking here.
So first we're doing.
All right, so basically I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna be like, all right, guys, long time coming. We're here today. Working on some other stuff for FTPL and No Windy Sleeves. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me confirm. To be honest.
Go off on some stuff that we're doing for No Windy Sleeves and FTPL, but we get a ton of questions about people with the BCAAs. So I really want to get deep into what BCAAs are, our formula, how we came up with it, and what each thing is, just the main ingredient list. I'll run right through it, and I have it all here. So as I go off on it, any input you have on each one that you know about, just kind of spitball. And after I hit on why I wanted to create it, you go on why it was something that you wanted to be a part of and invest in.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Sure.
You want me to pull up the label? Okay.
I have just the things I'm going to talk about. So basically, the branched chain amino acids, these three are branched chain amino acids because they have a branched, they have branches off on one side on like regular.
That's how the structure of
it's the structure of
the compound.
Yep. Okay. Check.
You see the levels, right? Are the levels coming up and down? Okay, so I could talk about this loud. You talk?
Yeah, I'll talk about this loud as well.
You're... Okay.
That's recorded, by the way, on their end here. Alright, ready?
Good.
What's up, Team No Windy Sleeves? I'm here with my partner, Rurik, Ferro.
What up?
So we're sitting in here just trying to get some stuff done this Sunday, for No Windy Sleeves, the gym, training, just trying to catch up on everything from the week. But we've been getting a ton of questions lately about, BCAAs, what's in ours, what makes ours different. We're in the process of doing some work for a production shoot for commercial time. We had to dig deep back into the roots of why we started it and kind of what formulates our product. And it got us thinking that we really want to get deep into what the product is and where it came from for us. So we just want to give you guys a little bit of a background on the product and then get into the finer details. But is there anything that you kind of wanted to touch on before we get too deep into it?
No, other than the fact that in the beginning we kind of wanted to make sure the product was as simplistic as possible. We say no filler, no fluff, no BS, right? We didn't want any of that stuff. We wanted to be as pure and clean as possible. And obviously natural was something we wanted to hang our hats on as well. So you could go ahead and discuss the structure of the amino acids.
Yeah, well it kind of all started for us with the BCAAs. Having the gym right here and seeing all the young athletes train, we had a ton of people coming in with BCAAs, and it's something that we took forever. I always took just glutamine because I thought it was so important for me. So then as I got older and kind of gained more knowledge of everything that's going on inside the supplements, I made the switch to a full BCAA instead of just the glutamine, and started pushing it on a lot of clients that were asking me what they could use for recovery and to reduce their muscle soreness. What we saw from there was a super long formula and ingredient list that went into the products, and something that we didn't really feel comfortable with giving to young athletes, people trying to lose weight or just burn fat off, because there can be a lot of extra calories, extra sugar, carbs, and fillers in there. So we took it as the approach, because we felt so strongly and we loved the product, we were like, fuck it, let's just make our own.
Yeah.
Let's just create our own line, our own formula, something that that we believe in. And then it was a long process, a couple years creating it. But I think when we finally got down to it and found one that could kind of make the formula list that we wanted, we were really happy with it. But kind of going off that and kind of getting into it, BCAAs, you'll see amino acids and you'll see branched chain amino acids. The only difference really between the two is that it is the structure of the molecule. There's just a branched end to the branched chain amino acids. But the three branched chain amino acids are isoleucine, leucine, and valine, or valine, however you'd like to pronounce it. And those are essential amino acids because your body's not producing those. So you really need to get those into your body from a supplement. So non-essential amino acids are ones that are naturally produced in your body that you can get from food and vegetables and stuff like that. I mean, the first one that's in here is the leucine. The leucine's really good for, obviously for increasing your, they're all good for increasing your protein synthesis, but leucine in itself can also promote some HGH growth within your body, and it helps increase your lean muscle mass. Isoleucine is more for your endurance and your energy, and to reduce your fatigue during the training session. You'll see a lot of bodybuilders do that. We're doing a lot of high rep volume training. And valine, they say, that's the least used for an aesthetic purpose for your body, but it's really good for your immune system. It's going to keep your immune system on point. Those three in there, and then in addition we have L-carnitine, which was a big one for me. That takes the fatty acids from your body and actually transports them to your body's mitochondria to use to burn the fat as energy. Really good for brain stimulation, and also good for burning those, or taking those fats and using them for energy. There's some conflicting arguments out there saying that you can use L-carnitine as a fat burner, but because it's inside the cell, inside the mitochondria, they're saying for external aesthetic purposes it might not, but I think having something to take and carry those fatty acids and put them to use instead of just sitting there is super important. That's why we added it into our formula. And then lastly, the glutamine. That was a big one for me. Like I said, I always took just the glutamine, so you'll see most of the BCAAs have about 2,500 milligrams. We actually upped it to 5,000 because that is the most abundant, non-essential amino acid in your body that your body produces, but it's the fastest depleted during your training. And it actually makes up about 60% of your amino acids in your body.
Not to mention, glutamine is one of the most prevalent amino acid in your muscle cells as well.
Yeah.
So it's obviously something that your muscles want to utilize and have as much of in abundance as possible, which is part of the reason as well why we have 5,000 milligrams. And we pride ourselves on having double the competitor, and that's something that was a no-brainer for us.
But that's what made it challenging, honestly, because finding a company in the United States that's affordable to be able to find something and put 5,000 milligrams in and still have good flavor was challenging. We probably tested 11 or 12 different manufacturers to find someone that could do that for us. I mean, that's a lot of glutamine.
Yeah.
But like we said, that's the one that replenishes the fastest and your body's going to be using. If you don't have that, you are not going to be able to recover and train the next day. So if us be able to double the amount that you're getting compared to the other BCAAs and really replenish that, you're going to see that reduce in muscle inflammation the next day, and that recovery time really speed up. But that was huge for us. I think also with that, having that ability to find someone to do that and find places that can have all those formulas or those ingredients to make that formula was super important, because a lot of places will add different artificial flavors and stuff like that and fillers just to be able to make it taste okay. But that's another thing on this line that people have to understand. This product is not going to taste like your regular BCAAs that you get from Walgreens and stuff, because it's all natural. There's no fillers, there's no artificial sweeteners, there's no additional sugars, so not having those in there, it's going to have a little different flavor, but the quality of what you're getting with just that as the ingredients is insane.
So I try to explain to people, because we do get conflicting reports based off of people and how they like the flavor. I've had people say, this flavor is awesome, fantastic. They like the natural type of flavor they get. But I also try to explain to people that don't like it, what if you've ever tasted spinach powder? It doesn't taste fantastic, right? But the value in which spinach has and the quality of ingredients in which it has. So when you're having and consuming something as natural as glutamine and valine in its natural form, it's not going to taste great. But I believe we did a great job at not only picking a good flavor in the peach ring to kind of combat that natural flavoring, to combat the flavoring in the glutamine and the valine and the isoleucine and the amino acids in the powder. But I'm drawing a blank here. Shit. I just think we did a great job at picking that and using the stevia the natural flavoring to, again, combat those natural ingredients and make it taste as good as
You
possible.
make a great point of it a lot when you talk to people. You know people that will take their greens in the morning
Hold their nose. That's
because that's how important it is. That's how important having these.
I do that every single day with my probiotic drink. Apple cider vinegar, a scoop of the powder, which is literally spinach powder and beetroot powder and things that if you take them by themselves, they taste horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, apple cider vinegar itself tastes horrible. Red cayenne pepper powder I put in there, hold my nose, put 4 to 6 ounces of water, and kick it back.
You know how important it is.
Absolutely. And again, and this tastes way better than that stuff tastes. So.
The only thing, one of the things too that people talk about is, so I'm a gallon guy. So I drink 2 gallons a day. 1 gallon with 4 scoops of BCAAs in and 1 gallon of just water. I'm a huge hydration guy. I think it's crucial. I can feel, it's the biggest reason if I go away to a bachelor party, not only am I not putting the healthy things in my body from a food and then putting some of the unhealthy things like alcohol in my system, I'm also going from drinking 2 gallons of water a day to 0. So I really feel that, and I can tell if I'm underhydrated from a gallon standpoint. But with this being all natural and how raw and real it is, if you leave this in here overnight, there is no preservatives in it. So that's gonna smell pretty bad because it's like leaving a thing of spinach in here overnight. What do you think that's gonna smell like?
And that's the example I always use to people.
You know?
It's not going to smell great, but it's because it's so raw and so natural. And our body does a great job of absorbing the natural glutamine, valine, isoleucine, leucine, all the ingredients in the formula, just as it would with spinach powder.
Exactly.
But it's you can't leave it overnight, but you have to consume it. It's so important, just as important as those probiotics, just as important as your protein shakes. If you drink protein shakes or not, obviously.
That's another thing too. Is people will say, well, is it good for people that aren't training hard or non-athletes? Of course it is. Your body, whether you're super active or you're training or not, your body still needs those essential amino acids that you're not naturally producing. And in addition to that, we added 17.5 milligrams of green tea extract. So you're gonna get that natural caffeine.
Yep.
So my mom takes. I tell her, second half of the day, take away that cup of coffee, drink a shaker of BCAAs, hydrate yourself, but also get that natural energy. So you don't have to have that caffeine, which caffeine obviously dehydrates you. So you're gonna get that little extra stimulant in the afternoon. Sometimes if I drink too much of it close to bed, I'm kind of like sitting there a little wired. But I think that was a big thing for us too, because you wanted that little bit extra pick me up. Especially really when we started it, we were into fasting. Having this during fasting in your gallon was a game changer.
0
Without
calories.
having the calories, 0 calories per serving, you're still able to recover without needing the calories to take you out of your fast, which was huge.
And you're having flavor on your tongue, which is
it's
so important.
game changer. Well, that's the other thing too.
So important.
When you're fasting, if you can't have calories, how's your muscles supposed to recover? With this, you can still have 0 calories and your muscles can still be recovered, so you're not sore and depleted from when you train, especially if you train in a fasted state.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're really reducing your risk for injury or muscle pulls or dehydration injuries by having that and having it in there. So that was a big piece for us. But we really just wanted to get kind of deep into there. So if you guys have any questions about any specific formula, we'll go over whatever you guys want. We just had a lot of people reaching out lately to kind of go over exactly what was in there and our thoughts behind the formulation. But if you guys have any other questions, just seriously let us know.
Let us know. We're always willing to answer new questions and any other products too, which is something that hopefully we'll be checking out in the future.
We're almost there.
Well, we'll be checking out in the future, but any other products too. Your protein powders, your pre-workouts. If you have any questions, please let us know. And we're always willing to help out, or find out some new information for ourselves too. So
Hell yeah, I'm all about it. Appreciate you guys.
Fuel up. Chris, I drew a blank. You're getting good at this. You're getting good at this. And I acknowledged it too. I just stopped fucking talking. I just literally stopped fucking talking. I completely drew a blank there.
I saw it in your eyes, dude. I was dying laughing, honestly. I thought it was fucking great.
Excuse me. Yeah,
I
dude.
have to do it.
You're very comfortable in front of the camera.
I'm getting better.
I gotta get there.
I think it's because I have to be now.
Yeah, you have no choice. But
I
the
just
bun in the
think-
other kid.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we've fucking spent so much time talking about the value, the content and how important it is to be able to put it out there, but actually have value
Yeah.
to it. So I'm trying to like, shit, I did it. Yeah, dude, last Sunday was so awkward because I did it upstairs. Ashley was downstairs. I was by myself. Stark's like looking at me like my nerd father recording himself. But,
My nerd father, yeah, you are a nerd.
no, I like it because I think I'm finally starting to get the reach to people that I want. Like people are just finally starting to engage and ask questions because I'm starting to give away free information.
Yeah.
The world of free everything, free shipping, YouTube, everything is free. So you have to be able to provide, say it all the time when we're out here, people don't want to just see people doing ladder drills in the gym. You have to be able to provide valuable information and content for free in order to show them that the service or the product that they're purchasing has value to it.
Yeah. It's Gary V's book, what, Jab, Jab, Punch, right?
I'm
Jab,
not
jab,
a
hook,
fucking
jab, jab,
diehard
hook.
Gary V guy. I am and I'm not. It's just, it can be, sometimes I go through waves of
Yeah.
because I watch so much of him and I'm like, I need a break.
He's all over, which is
To his point.
yeah. I mean, and it's definitely he's controlling the internet in terms of content creation, pushing out content, pushing out free information, which is exactly what we're trying to do for people to gather, to harness, to learn, to own, and then go and either do their own shit or buy into what he's selling, he's pitching, and
Yeah.
he's running the show right now on the internet. And there's no excuse for why we can't do it either.
That's what I
But
say all the time.
yeah, you're right,
And he's always right too.
no, he is. He's very,
He was 4
very
years ahead of TikTok.
direct.
And 2 years ago, he was like, if you don't have TikTok now, you're 4 years behind.
Yeah,
TikTok probably got famous in the last year.
and it's probably nowhere to where it's going to eventually
Yeah.
graduate.
I don't even know how to use it. I made one for Fast Switch. I literally don't know how to use it, but I find myself just scrolling through it now.
Yeah, watch some videos because they're great.
Yeah.
Videos are awesome.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Those are-
That blank was phenomenal. I was actually dying.
What did my eyes say?
I could see you. They're going like this, and then you kind of. I don't know what to do or say.
Yeah, it happened. Sometimes I think I said leucine, isoleucine, valine, and glutamine 4 different times. In successive order.
If I could do this shit all day, every day, I would be fucking.
You know why? Because I knew the camera was fucking on, and I fucking melted. Right now, I know, like, I don't have to stage a conversation, and I don't have to set myself up, and I can just talk how I normally talk, and it's fucking fine. But once, like, okay, oh my god, I'm talking about science. I'm going to talk about branched chain amino acids and its structure, its chemical structure, and how it's vital to our body. And I know the information because we've researched it so many times. I'm like a turtle in a fucking shell. I just clam up.
Why puff that chest, dude?
I got a nice chest.
You're an owner of 2 of the companies. You know what you're fucking talking about.
And I'm playing
Sling
on
it
the
out
other. I gotta just put it on the table, you know?
If you have it, use it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't.
That's why I don't. Excuse me,
I
fuck.
could talk about that shit all day.
So what do you think, I'm gonna make sure I cut this part out. What did you want to address earlier? Was that it, the content stuff?
No, the why. Why? Dude, you're a smart dude. Why? What the fuck made you go into this more than anything else? I don't be like, oh, it's fucking easy. I tell you all the fucking time from die. I want to look like we think we're off, like slouching,
Yeah, like,
completely look like we're off.
well, you have a master's, right? It's in business? Your master's degree?
Organizational management.
Did you get your CSCS while you were in grad school?
No, I got it after. I had to teach myself everything.
So,
It was fucking brutal.
at what point did you decide, okay, I just finished a master's program, right? But I'm not satisfied. I want to get into training. How did that? And what about training is
Oh shit.
like? because you're so fucking passionate on the floor, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we were just talking about it this morning with Spence in there training, and you were like, dude, I live for this. I love this so much. Is that why? Like, you got into training originally?
Oh, when I said I was gonna miss him, like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
comment?
yeah.
No, because it's not. When I graduated with my master's, I was a baseball coach, and I got my master's, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go use it. I'm gonna go into sales. I'm gonna go into marketing. I'm gonna go do something. And I left, made great money, and lived in a place where it was cheap, and like I was buying motorcycles and even more tattoos, because around there, cost of living is so cheap. You just have money to spend, especially when you're in a job like that. And
you were door to door, right?
dude, I called my parents. I was having a I was 26 years old. I had a fucking mental breakdown. I was like, I am so fucking miserable. And I thought that was the whole grand scheme all the time. Graduate, go make as much money as you can, and be able to have a house, go home, to your girlfriend, who's now wife, be able to buy motorcycles, dogs, tattoos, boats. Fucking miserable. The only thing I was happy with was Ashley. My parents were like, "You're miserable?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, well, "Go in there tomorrow and fucking quit and go back and volunteer coaching." I was like, "What?" They're like, "Quit." I quit. I was 26 years old. I quit that job at Comcast, and I went and took a volunteer internship at the University of Cincinnati. When I was out there, I moved 12 hours away from my girlfriend, and we just had a dog together. Volunteer. Never was in strength conditioning at all. Didn't have certifications, didn't know anything. I just was like, yeah, I like the gym, but I was like, I like coaching. Left. Went out there, did that, and then took an internship at Villanova, which turned into a paid position, which then turned into the interim director position. But then I came out here and I started this with Dr. Ferraro, but it's not that I loved baseball. It's not that I like training. I mean, I love training, but I like the reason I say I'm gonna miss Spence and them is because I like when they come in and they look and they come in and it's just like a total experience for them. Everything you're doing, you're fucking teaching them everything. You're helping them with their girl issues. You're teaching them to be punctual. When they come in here depressed, you gotta teach them to fight through it, from a mental toughness standpoint, building their relationships. I always got shit on people saying, dude, you're like the team psychologist or psychiatrist. Everyone comes to you with their problems.
Yep.
I live for that shit. I love when you come to me with an issue. I love when people come to me with an issue because I like helping people. I always say if I died right now, I was gonna have my second life to come back or something, I would choose not to be a millionaire, I would be a high school guidance counselor. Because I think that would be the best job ever, because that is such a vulnerable age where kids need direction.
Yeah,
So I just love when high school kids.
I was gonna say you could tap into a high school kid, and
there's change the course of their life.
There's teachers that I look back on and I'm like, wow, Mr. Robert Tazzi, man, my history teacher, junior year in high school, he changed my life, right? And I think that's the age, right, that 13 to 18 when you're in high school, where you could really, really touch somebody and change their life.
Complete direction.
And then in college again as well, if that's something that you pursue.
Yeah.
You could really change the course of a kid's life.
100%. When people come in now and they're later on in life, especially during your one-on-ones, I mean, you can change their outlook and their happiness with that life they have, but it's not as drastic of a change as someone who hasn't made any life decisions yet, like a high school kid. They don't know.
You could help create the foundation for their morals, their ethics, their decisions.
A lot of the lessons that you're teaching them and doing it in here are the first time they're getting those lessons. So, and for a lot of time, you spend more time with them. I would say this in college athletics. You spend more time with them now than their parents do. So the lessons that you have, that you're teaching them, might be the first and the ones that they're seeing over and over. And I always say,
and how much do you really listen to your parents anyway? Especially when you're a kid in high school, right? You go to college, and that's the last thing you're gonna do.
I'm free.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Everything that happens. So I put anything that happens in this gym under my supervision is either allowed or taught. So anything that happens in here is a direct reflection on me. It's either allowed or taught. So I need to make sure that every time